the most humble worker in the history of WWE, next to Terry Funk and The Undertaker, is Daniel Bryan, in my honest opinion. This guy has done nothing but say, hey, I want to work with him. I want to work with him. Oh, let me work with that guy. I can make him $1 million. Like, he could have been an obvious, stereotypical Hulk Hogan attitude backstage where he wants this, wants that, wants this, wants that. But no, instead says, like, I'm grateful for this title opportunity and whatnot, but I really want to let Roman Reigns take my WrestleMania opportunity. He's really been working hard at it and whatnot, and Daniel Bryan's been one of my most favorite wrestlers in the modern age. Like, this guy is humble. He doesn't let popularity cloud his judgment, and he actually seems like a genuine guy. Like especially with his relationship with Connor the Crusher, may he rest in peace. And I've even predicted that Daniel Bryan would one day named his future kid Connor Danielson, with Connor's real dad, where Connor's dad being the Godfather. Like, I actually had that feeling in my mind going on. But overall, like, Daniel Bryan has been an excellent in-ring worker. He's been an excellent backstage personality. And it's sad that he keeps getting injured constantly now. Like, he finally won the big one. Finally got the biggest main event win in WWE in the last 10 years since a certain he who must not be named for a variety of reasons, which I will not get into, and had this emotional moment, and it was really surreal to see him win the world title finally, and then it's all taken away from him so soon because of a neck injury, and I'm like, no, not Daniel Bryan. Why do the good guys die young? I know Daniel Bryan didn't die, but that was my best expression. Like, here's this guy that worked so hard. He worked for months to get back his spot, and it's taken away from him so quickly. Like, fate could be cruel. Then he came back, and that's when I started having problems, mainly with the Yes movement this year. They were becoming so obsessed with Daniel Bryan. Like, not every one of them. Like, there was a bunch of people in the Yes movement that were becoming so obsessed for Daniel Bryan that they were pretty much making him trying to be like John Cena, be everything that is WWE, be the face of WWE in terms of over too much, overexposure. And Daniel Bryan's not like that. He's completely different. He's actually very humble, in my honest opinion, from all the reports I see on the internet. From what I can tell, he's been humble. He doesn't really let ego cloud his judgment, and he's actually willing to give others the opportunity, unlike a certain corporate management boy. Um, and, like, he could have obviously main evented WrestleMania again this year, but decided, you know what? Let's have Roman Reigns win. I want him to get the opportunity. Like, this is really the new future. And I was glad that they didn't go forward with Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar, because a recently returned from neck injury versus Brock Lesnar and WWE's obsessive fetish for suplex, target the guy's injured area that had just got surgically repaired. And I'm going to use John Cena as an example, where Damien Sandow kept targeting the injured arm. Like, WWE's obsession for that, I'm going to be brutally honest, Daniel Bryan probably could have died in the ring, and that would have been too much. Like, if not the worst case scenario is potentially get killed, but the best case scenario, and this is not really the best case scenario, but is really he somehow doesn't get injured, though the second worst case scenario is that he will be paralyzed from the neck down, and no one wants to see that. Yet fans were cheering, yeah, we want him to fight Brock Lesnar, and I'm saying, no, that's a death sentence. Like, okay, I get it. You want Daniel Bryan to win back the world title. Everyone wants that. But do you really want him to fight Brock Lesnar for it? Like, that's a risk that I'm not willing to take. And I'm not willing to pay to see, because that would be just too cruel. And he, thank God, did not go forward with it. Like, He's just been an excellent worker. I've enjoyed his matches. In fact, a lot of it, I don't recall one bad match he's ever had. He's like Shawn Michaels. There's not one match in him that has been bad. And I've certainly been watching his independent days. I've certainly been catching up on that, and he was just as good as he was now, and if not better. But his style has kind of taken a toll on his body, and just recently he was on Miz TV on WWE Raw, and he thanked the fans for everything, for getting him to this spot. He even said that it was the most surreal moment to get all this popularity, and he still says it's not me who made this possible, it's the fans, because I am possibly the most humblest human being when it comes to the wrestling business. Like, I don't see a bad bone in his body. Like, it's like if they try to turn him heel, that's kind of impossible at this point. It's hard to picture him as a bad guy. He's too much of a good guy. He's too much both as a human being and as a wrestler on TV. He's just that good. He's one of the greatest of all time. I'm just going to honestly say it. He's one of the greatest I've ever seen in the modern age. This was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate, and stay tuned for more.